So we need now we look on the sustainable energy initiative by the government of Malaysia. So Malaysia Sustainable Energy Initiative. First, Malaysia has set ambitious target for renewable energy, aiming to reach 31% total energy capacity by 2035. I don't know whether we can achieve by this year or not. So it's already 2035 this year, but it's quite ambitious target by Malaysia. So this signifies a major shift towards the cleaner energy sources in Malaysia. For example, we demonstrate a commitment to diversify energy mix and embracing cleaner alternative. And of course, this target is really important for Malaysia to achieve the SDG goal. So that's the first one. Second, in terms of rapid solar energy development. So in Malaysia, Malaysia has made considerably strides in solar energy. For example, 1.5 gigawatt installed capacity in 2022, but in future, we aim to increase this to 4 gigawatt by 2030. So it's quite an ambitious target by Malaysia. So apart from that, we have energy efficiency initiative. So energy efficiency initiative, we aim to reduce energy intensity by 8% by 2025. By this year, Malaysia aims Malaysia target to reduce the energy intensity by 8%, and we want to promote the efficient use of energy and minimize waste. So for this implementation, Malaysia promoting energy efficient practices in industries, for example, the usage of LED lighting in public spaces and the building of green building. So in Malaysia, we try to give star to the green building. So if you can fulfill the elements needed for the green building, then you can be granted green building star by the related agencies in Malaysia. So next is about green technology and innovation in Malaysia. So green technology and innovation in Malaysia. So first we have green technology financing scheme, GTFS. So GTFS basically is all about driving investment. So basically in Malaysia, we want to stimulate investment in green technology and project. For example, government has allocated 3.5 billion to support sustainable initiatives in Malaysia. So for example, this scheme could be used to support the building of a new solar farm, and then to assist a factory in upgrading its machinery to be more energy efficient. So for example, in one of the island in Terengganu, apart from Redang Island, we have an island that is just like 10 minutes by boat to this island. It's called Kapas Island. So Kapas Island is also one of the beautiful islands in Terengganu. So what government trying to do in Kapas Island, all of the economic accommodation operators in Kapas Island using the solar technology. So they use solar technology for the electricity in the island. So that's why their electric bill, I think electric bill is quite lower compared to the normal electric, but based on the installation. So if you know that the installation of solar is quite a big huge amount of money. So that's why government come out with initiative to help individual and the industry to accelerate this initiative. So second, we have Malaysian Green Technology Corporation, MGTC. So MGTC in Malaysia is all about promoting green solution. So green solution, we adopt of green technology in Malaysia. We promote the green technology awareness. We support research and development. We acting as an advisor group for the government. So basically MGTS in Malaysia facilitate the deployment of green solutions across the various sectors. For example, energy, transportation, and waste management in Malaysia. So the third one, we have the tax incentive. So in order for us to encourage the use of green technology in Malaysia, government should have like tax incentive. So tax incentive is all about encourage private sector participation in Malaysia. So for example, a company that invests in a recycling plant could receive a tax break from the government. So that's how government trying to help to accelerate the green technology in Malaysia. Apart from that, if individuals, for example, me, if I want to install like the green technology, government also can help us by giving the incentive to ensure that we have like to reduce our cost to ensure that we can achieve the government effort. So next we go to the sustainable urban development in
So,
Malaysia.
Dr. Rahman, so the last 5 minutes, yeah? So we will have more discussions here.
Okay. I think I will skip. I choose some of the important elements only. Okay. So because it's really close to my heart right now, because I'm the coordinator of the Center for Ocean Governance in Universiti Malaysia Terengganu. So we move to the biodiversity conservation in Malaysia. So biodiversity conservation in Malaysia is all about National Policy on Biological Diversity 2016-2025. So basically this National Policy on Biological Diversity outlines a strategic framework for safeguarding Malaysia's rich biodiversity to ensure long-term sustainability of its natural ecosystem. So what government do in Malaysia, basically it's all about the Central Forest Spine Initiative. So another initiative under this biodiversity conservation, government initiate Central Forest Spine Initiative. If you go to Malaysia, for example, some of our highway will be built, I think, above the forest. Yeah, one in Rawang in Selangor. So if you happen to come to Selangor, so you can try to go through that highway basically. So it is the effort by the government to keep the forest and to ensure that we support the biodiversity conservation in Malaysia. And apart from that, we have marine protected area. So basically, government aims to have like, and it's quite a wrong fact here. It not cover 16.94%, but current state of the MPA in Malaysia, we just cover about 5.94%. 5.94. So basically, the international target basically at least 10%. So we are looking forward. We also receive my center also received grant from the government to do research on this marine protected area in Malaysia. So to ensure that at least by 2030 we can achieve at least 10% of the marine protected area in Malaysia. And I think this is another one that I want to highlight in sustainable agriculture and forestry in Malaysia, because we have Malaysian Sustainable Palm Oil MSPO. So this certificate basically promote the responsible palm oil production, minimize the environmental impact, and ensuring the social responsibility. And apart from that, we also focus on the sustainable forest management practices. We'll have implemented across the 5.2 million hectares of the forest, ensuring responsibility, timber harvesting, and biodiversity conservation in Malaysia. And apart from that, we also encourage, or we also want the industry, the farmers, to practice the agroecology. So agroecology is all about we use natural resources, for example. We use crop rotation. We use organic fertilizer. We use insect to manage the pests in the farm. So that's how we support the agroecology practices in Malaysia. And apart from that, it's all about education for sustainable development. So I just received, yesterday we got like a workshop in our faculty, in our department, to implement the education for sustainable development (ESD). So my subject, which is I will teach policy monitoring and evaluation subject this coming semester, include the Education for Sustainable Development, ESD. So ESD basically integrated into the national curriculum, so also within the syllabus of the university subjects. And we actively participate in UNESCO ESD for 2030 country initiative, aligned in education policies with global sustainability goals. And of course, Green Campus Program. I think we also have a good initiative efforts in Green Campus Program. We in Terengganu also have, some efforts in terms of among the 20 universities in Malaysia in promoting sustainable practices and raising awareness among the students, faculty, and staff. And in Malaysia, we also emphasize on the corporate sustainability practices. So whereby Bursa Malaysia requires listed company to adhere to sustainability reporting guidelines, promoting transparency and accountability. So, our national agenda, our Prime Minister, Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim, always, give attention on the term of Tata Kelola governance, basically, Tata Kelola and corruption issues in Malaysia. So, I think you also heard about the issues of the 1MDB in Malaysia. Yeah. So it's going, so it's already, after that situation, the current Prime Minister always, strengthen on the effort to improve our Tata Kelola governance and also to reduce the corruption. And currently, I think last year, I received a grant from the Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission in Malaysia to do the risk of corruption in fishery sector in Malaysia. So because I am at the Center for Ocean Governance, so we care about our ocean governance. We need to know what are the risks behind the loss of biodiversity, the loss of resources in our ocean. So that's why MACC wanted me to do a research in terms of the risk of corruption in fishery sector in Malaysia. And for the international cooperation, Malaysia has ASEAN. We have 10 countries in ASEAN to collaborate for the environmental and climate change issues that strengthen regional cooperation and promote collective action. We have 2 bilateral. We have partnership with Japan to enhance the knowledge sharing, technology transfer, and capacity building in environmental management. And we also active participation in Paris Agreement that demonstrate Malaysia's commitment to global sustainability. And this is a challenges and obstacle apart from what I discussed previously. So we need to balance between the economic growth and the issue of the Malaysia. We have basically on paper, we have a clear policy. We have a good policy on paper, but during the implementation, they have many gaps. For example, in terms of the deforestation in Malaysia, we also have the policy to strengthen the deforestation in Malaysia, but still happen because of the weak enforcement in Malaysia. I think political issue in Malaysia, for example, we have the campur tangan atau we call it the power from the yellow umbrella. So Sultan. So yeah, for example, in state like Pahang, so we have the issue of the deforestation. So that's why this politics, will some sort less more will disturb our effort to national effort in our ESSD. And then we have climate change impact. So not only Malaysia, Indonesia, for example, coral bleaching for the coral. So that's why I have artificial reef development program in Malaysia to ensure that we can support the coral ecosystem in Malaysia, because the functions less more the same like the national coral reef in Malaysia. So we just put like the 1/10 of the concrete structure within the 5 nautical miles in our ocean to help to increase the biodiversity, to increase the species of fish, and then we can extract more fish to come. They have like 2 kinds of fish, demersal and pelagic. So demersal basically the quality fish, and pelagic like ikan kembung, ikan sardine, so ikan that we eat every day. So compared to the demersal, so the function of artificial reef basically to to increase the resources and conservation of our ocean, and then and the future outlook and targets, of course, the carbon neutrality, Malaysia ambitious goal to achieve the carbon neutrality by 2050. And for the circular economy, we aim to achieve 40% recycling rate by 2025. So I don't know basically the current state of our recycling rate in Malaysia, but we ambitious to have like a 40% recycling rate by 2025 in order for us to promote the resource efficiency and reducing waste generation. And the for sustainable city, we target to have like 70% of cities low carbon by 2030. So in Malaysia, we have Wilayah Iskandar in Johor, and also Cyberjaya in Selangor. So that's among the sustainable cities, smart cities in Malaysia. So you can come to Cyberjaya in Selangor, not far from airport, just 1 hour, I guess. So to see the smart city, how they implement the smart city in Malaysia. So I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you, and I open to Q&A from the audience.